Hello, welcome back to A Noob's View on Running. This is a series about the Hal Higdon half marathon training. I'm doing the novice half. There's two from Hal Higdon for the novice half marathon training. I'm doing the first one. If you look on his website, there's two options, and this is the 12-week program where you run I think it's 4 days a week, and you stretch or do cross training and things like that on the other days. So I've made two videos so far, trying to kind of highlight and talk about my issues and my experiences with training so far in the program. I'm definitely not a running expert. I'm definitely not a fast runner. I'm trying to work on efficiency. I'm really just an average beginner runner. Probably a lot like if you're watching this video, probably a lot like yourself. This particular episode, or if you want to call it that, I have a couple notes that I want to kind of go through, things that I've noticed from watching other people and trying to highlight my own issues and things like that. So right off the bat, the first thing that I notice with a lot of runners who go to the gym and run in the gym is that they don't stretch, and stretching is paramount. If you ever heard of somebody who tore whatever muscle it is that they tore, if they're like a newbie, kind of like myself, or they're inexperienced runner or inexperienced athlete, I would say that it's a good chance that there's a possibility that they didn't stretch beforehand. So if you just do some simple stretches for your calves and your hips, things like that, things that will be impacted by your steps, by running and your foot hitting the pavement or the treadmill or whatever it is, you probably have a lot better success rate in not tearing muscles. And it can't be fun. Thankfully I've never been through that. I know people that have, and as soon as that happens, they're out of commission for a really long time. So it's going to throw off your training, and it's going to kind of put your personal life, in jeopardy. So stretch. It's that easy. And I'll post some links for some stretching down below. Another thing that I think is really important, and trust me, and take this with a grain of salt. I'm not a dietitian. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. But I think it's important to maintain a healthy and efficient caloric intake per day, specifically before you do some kind of long run. It's going to be important to eat something, and I'm not saying go to Burger King. Okay, I'm saying eat a protein bar or a banana, or if something healthy that's going to keep your blood sugar and keep you going throughout the run. Something I've noticed from myself, and this is goes beyond just running but doing other exercises and stuff, is that sometimes I feel lightheaded, and I think that's directly related to not eating enough, or perhaps just not eating soon enough right before I exercise. So if it's a protein bar or banana or some kind of snack, not right before, maybe not like 5 minutes before, but like 30 minutes before you go out and exercise or do a run, I'd say that's probably pretty safe. And if you're a doctor or a nutritionist, please post a comment. These are average people, watching and reading, so your advice is probably more beneficial than mine. Another thing I want to say is to eat after. If you are feeling, like you need to eat something, do it. I just finished a 3.5 mile run. I'm on I think week 4. I'd have to look. But I've got a banana here, and I've got I don't always do protein after, but I'm doing it today because I feel like I need to. So that's gonna hopefully help me kind of recover a little quicker. And I like it. So it's I like the way it makes me feel the next day after an exercise or after a run. Protein I don't know. I think not everybody likes it, or people get protein from different forms and things. But I kind of like the shake, so it's nice and convenient for me. And I try to eat healthy. I'm not gonna go, like I said before, after a run. I'm not saying go eat cheeseburger. I'm saying, something healthy to kind of keep you going. So, and then another thing that's necessary to say: if you're feeling lightheaded during a workout or during a run, I'd say stop. Walk back to your car if you're at the park, or get off the treadmill, have a little water, and if walk around. If you're feeling lightheaded, still stop. I mean, there's no sense in hurting yourself for an extra mile here or a few extra curls or whatever it is you're working on that day. I think anybody in the health industry would agree with me on that, and it's not worth it. So stop doing that. Stay hydrated is another really important thing. The last video I showed those little goo or some energy packets that you put in your mouth and you keeps you going. That stuff recommends that you take the gel and then you hydrate every 45 minutes, I think, every 30 minutes or something. Hard to do when you're out on the racetrack or out on a long run, but you need to stay hydrated, and stay hydrated before and after. So, probably get a Nalgene or something a little bit more environmentally friendly than water bottles, but that's what I've got right now, and that's what I'm working with. Lastly, kind of important to focus on is, I know that you're cognizant the fact that you're training for a race, probably if you're 3 or 4 weeks in like I am, or 5 weeks, or how many ever weeks you're in, is not to get discouraged if you miss a run. I missed my 5-mile run on Sunday, and like I said, I'm not totally sure what week I'm on. I'd have to look. I missed my 5-mile run. I did walk. I was out for a walk with a friend of mine, and we walked 4 miles. I mean, it's not a run. I'm not saying that's a replacement. I'm just saying, like, if you miss one, don't go. Don't be harsh on yourself and quit or something silly like that. This is, we're not professional athletes, so there's no sense in worrying about one run here or one run there. Just keep going. If you want to start back, Sunday, I missed my 5-mile run Sunday. I didn't do a 5-mile run at all. My Tuesday run was 3.5 miles. I started back on Tuesday to 3.5 miles. I guess if you wanted to, you could just do 5 miles on the Tuesday date. Fluctuating wherever you missed one. But there's no sense in beating yourself up over a missed run. Like I said, this is a 12-week program. So even if you're later in the series and you've got like a 10-mile run or however long it is, your body at that point will be so acclimated to running these longer distances that you'll be able to do that the next day, or you can probably skip it altogether. I'm not saying you should, but don't quit. That's stupid. So, and then if you want advice or anything, you need a pick me up or whatever, shoot me a message and I'll talk you through it best I can. So, anyways, I try to keep this video short this week because nobody wants to sit through a 12-minute video of a guy talking about racing. So, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, post it below, and I'll get to you. I promise. Okay? Y'all have a good week. See you next week. Bye.